Besties, what's up? My name is Meg. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are reading 1-star reviews based off of my 5-star reads. I'm going to give like a little disclaimer to this. If I do have any comments, 9 times out of 10, I don't want to say any comments. I just kind of want to laugh at the review and then move along because like it's my 5-star read, so I don't want to like hate on it. But I am going to give off the disclaimer of like, I know that everybody has their own reading likes and dislikes, and so that's why in no way, shape, or form am I gonna be hating on anybody's comments or whatnot, but I will be taking these personally to heart. I'm just kidding, no I won't be, but like at the same time, yes I will be. Let's get into the video. So the first review for us is from The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. It says, read anything else on your TBR first. Anything. Better yet, delete The Silent Patient from your TBR. Not silent enough. I can't. This was the biggest waste of my f***ing time. I was curious. Never again. Alright, besties. Next book that I had rated 5 stars was The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and that is by Stuart Dorton. It says, nope, nope, nope. Atrocious. This was my second and final attempt to get through it. This book is like the writing equivalent of 2 trains crashing head-on inside a tunnel. Irredeemable disaster. Okay, but like really creative with the review. Yeah, really creative with the review. I feel like you've really thought that one through. Someone said it was interesting at first, but then it just felt so long and boring. I kept forgetting characters and evidences that were given. I ended up simply skipping to the end to know the reveal. I mean, I guess that's valid. If you can't remember, but still curious, just, I don't blame you there. I do not blame you there. So boring, hated it. The plot twist was as interesting as my grandma's Scrabble game. Alright, my next 5-star read that I had read was from Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Zayden wears skinny jeans. Y'all must be joking. Some of these I don't even have commentary to say because to me they're just so funny. Who had a gun to the head of everyone who rated this 5 stars? I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't have one. I just rated it 5 stars because I liked it. No thank you. This book is equivalent to the cow print tops from Shein. Alright, next book that I had given 5 stars was Final Offer by Lauren Asher from the Dreamland Billionaires series. It says, Lauren Asher, you owe me an apology. Underwhelming and overhyped. My eyes are in pain from all the eye rolling I did while reading this book. Someone just wrote no. Just no. I died of boredom. So next book that I had given 5 stars was A Court of Mist and Fury, and it says, just what I expected, DNF, and then in parentheses, seriously, anyone who manages to finish this book deserves an award. I think I finished this book in like a day. Someone wrote, when you fall in love with a bat. Rhysand discovers women have a brain and can think for themselves. Literally invented feminism. OMG woke feminist king. Love that. That's hilarious in my opinion. I can't wait to read the next one because I hate myself and have no self-control. Someone put Akamath eating my brain cells like. Next book that I have is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I had also given 5 stars. In quote, his groans of pleasure drowned out the sounds of the injured and dying. That is all. I mean, okay, that's kind of valid. I see where you're coming from with that one. Both of these books are by Sarah J. Maas, by the way. Someone just wrote, Someone wrote, spoiler alert, it's trash. Tell me why I just thought of like Forky from Toy Story 4 where he goes, I'm trash. Someone put Sarah J. Maas will be hearing from my lawyer soon. Okay, next book I read that I really liked and gave 5 stars was A Court of Silver Flames, also by Sarah J. Maas. Someone just wrote 1 star. I choose to pretend this book doesn't exist. Someone wrote I can finally disown this. Someone wrote anyway. Someone put Nesta deserved a better love interest, a better author, and a better book. Someone wrote sorry, but even though Nesta kinda redeemed herself, she and Elaine are still horrible people. Before I even mention this book, I want to go off the preface of I don't remember why I gave this book 5 star, but I did when I read it. So we are not going to judge based off of what I read well over a year ago. Almost 2 years ago? I read and gave 5 stars to A Wildflower by Hannah Grace. And someone put, WTF was this? There was no plot. Hello?
Hello?
It's me. Someone says I fell asleep during a smut scene. That's all I'm saying. The puppies had more personality than them. Someone put it used the word sus. That is all. Someone put finally it's over. Okay, the next book that I had rated 5 stars was Heartless from the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. Someone wrote humiliated that I read this. Whoever on TikTok made a video recommending this book, eat a stack of hay. I don't know why, but somebody put jump scare towards the end. Another one says, hated it, but I, all cap, need to go to a rodeo again. Someone just wrote no. Alright, next book that I had given 5 stars was Empire of Storms, also by Sarah J. Maas. This is from the Throne of Glass series. This is the 5th book in the entire book series. Someone wrote hashtag save the trees. Someone put, I expected nothing and I'm still let down. Empire of Shits. I guess this is goodbye to all future SJM books. It says I can't with these anymore. I just don't have the energy to care. I'm sorry, but like, I thought that this one was actually really good in my opinion. So I'm going to pretend that none of these are hurting my feelings, but deep down, like they are hurting my feelings, but like, y'all know what you're doing to me, right? The next book that I had given 5 stars was Kingdom of Ash. This should be called Kingdom of Ass. I give up. I don't even care anymore. This was a mess. Someone wrote, I will finish this book in another life. Alright, next book that I gave 5 stars was from the 3rd book in the installment of the Plated Prisoner series. So that book was called Gleam by Raven Kennedy. And it says, this tentacle lady's favorite words seem to be I can't and it's irritating me to no end. This tentacle lady? I can't. Someone wrote, I don't want to talk about it. Cringe. My next 5-star read was from the 6th book in the Plated Prisoner series, so Goldfinch, also by Raven Kennedy, obviously. Someone put I should have stopped after the 2nd book. So much was happening, yet nothing was happening all at the same time. RN babes, I'm so sorry. Your story should have ended 2 books ago. Alright, next book that I gave 5 stars was Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. It says, this is what happens when I fall into the TikTok hype. My god, this book was so bad, I don't know what else to say. Someone wrote, now I understand why people are saying that they couldn't predict the plot twist at the end because it literally made no sense. I haven't been disappointed by a book in a very long time. So this was garbage. Book Talk is lying with this book. Very boring. Almost forgot I read this. Now, once again, I'm going to reiterate that I'm going to pretend none of these are hurting my feelings. Some of them I'm gonna let slide just because, like, I can understand. But some of them I'm gonna be like, okay, thanks. I don't know what to say to that. The next book that I had given 5 stars was Heat of the Everflame by Penn Cole. And it says, if that long ass Zoom meeting could have been an email, was a book. It says looking for any good decision the FMC made. There's the chosen one trope, and then there's this. No, because it took me this long to realize I actually don't give a shit. Someone just wrote yikes. So next book that I had given 5 stars to was Heartless Sky from the Zodiac Academy. So that's the 7th book out of the 9. And it says, everyone I recommended this to, I take it back. Never read this series. It will leave you depressed and throwing up in sadness and rage. I'm done. Don't even want to read the next one. 900 pages of garbage. I can't even bother to write a review right now. I'm really not having a good time anymore. Someone wrote, finally I'm free. Why does that give off like Dobby vibes of like, Master has given Dobby a sack. Dobby is free. Alright, next book that I had given 5 stars, which looking at these reviews, I kind of don't remember really why I gave it 5 stars. But next book is Feathers So Vicious by Liv Xander. Someone wrote disgusting. I'm mad at myself for reading this. DNF, going to go bathe my eyes in acid. Okay, babes, I feel like that's a little overdramatic. Someone wrote, ew, David! These 5-star reads, are y'all okay? I guess I'm not. Alright, the next book that we have is God of Pain, the 2nd book in the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. Someone wrote Pain was reading this. Someone wrote 1 star just for their parents. Easily the most boring book she's ever written because neither of them had personalities. This had no need to be that long. Finally, war is over. I don't even remember how many pages God of Pain was. I just don't know how I'm going to process this book. So next book is the 6th book in the Legacy of Gods series by Rena Kent, which is God of War. It says, I missed the girl I was yesterday when I hadn't finished this book. I'm gonna go read GOF, which I think is God of Fury, to forget this book exists. It's so bad I want to give you a 0, but that's not possible, so I give you a 1. 1 star for other couples' crumbs. Alright, next book that I had given 5 stars was Amid Clouds and Bones by Ella Fields. If I could give a 0, I would. Lost brain cells reading this. WTF. My only thoughts are yikes and why? Someone put, no. I will not be finishing this. This says, the guys all gave me the ick and the FMC needs a therapist. So a book that I had given 5 stars was The Neverlist by Jade Presley. Someone just goes, this was so bad. The only redeeming quality is that it is occasionally self-aware of how bad it is. Someone just put corn. This book made my wish I never read it list. Okay, so the next book that I had also rated 5 stars was The Savage and the Swan by Ella Fields. Someone put, is this a joke? Like, what was this? I want my time back. Please and thank you. Someone put, yeah, no, life is too short and there are too many books on my TBR to suffer through this. No, sorry, but no, 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 no. Haven't read something so one-dimensional in a long time. It's 2021. I don't know what TLDR means, but it says, this book left me feeling grumpy. Somebody wrote, absolutely not. DNF at 36%. I gave this book more chances than it deserves. All right, we're on to the last couple books. Next book that we have is Keeping 13, which is the 2nd book in the Boys of Tommen by Chloe Walsh. Fuck me. Give me Joey Lynch instead. Someone said, thoroughly wish someone could knock me out with the rugby ball. Someone put, I also want to set myself on fire. Next one is Redeeming 6. It says, it should be called Ruining Six because that's what Aoife did to Joey. How is it possible to write the same thing over and over again for 1,000 pages? I don't think it was 1,000 pages. Someone wrote just no. 1 star, never mind, I don't like this series anymore. Kinda sad I'm done now. And that's it. That is all we have. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please do all of the YouTube things you know how to do, and I will see you in a bit.